location. I have moved the computer up finally to my bedroom. I'm going to turn the monitor down. Ellie's in her room for quiet time, praying that she has a nap. But yeah, I moved the computer to the bedroom finally. So for those of you wanting a nursery tour, here you go. This is how our room is currently set up and will probably stay set up. You can see my big snuggle back there and the nursing pillow in the Halo bassinet. I sleep with that too. I sleep with like a bunch of pillows. Matthew's actually sleeping on the couch because I constantly have the window open and fan on and he's scared that he's gonna get pneumonia. So he's sleeping on the couch and I like have all of those pillows that I sleep with too. It's pretty crazy. So, week 26 and 27 have been kind of crazy for me. Well, I suppose after week 26 was over, 27 got fairly quiet with a couple of things that I'll tell you about. So, I had a big incident happen in week 26, but before I tell you about that, I'll tell you some other little symptoms that I'm having. My hyperemesis is back. That really, really, really sucks. Today I seem to be having a good day, which is good. But it seemed like as soon as 26 or 27 weeks happened, I got really bad sickness again. And I had a good maybe 3-4 week break where I wasn't sick as often. So I wasn't taking my medications in the routine like I used to. I only took them as needed. And so I'm back dealing with some bad sickness and I need to start taking my pills again like I used to, and hopefully I'll start feeling a bit better soon. It's not more agitating in the evening like it was. It's kind of like all day long. So I'm glad to have a good day. I've only thrown up a couple of times today, which is it's a good change from the past 3-4 days. It's been crazy. Oh, she's getting into bed. Oh my goodness. Please have a nap. She's in bed. That's a start. Because when she has a nap, that means I can have a nap. So the hyperemesis is back. What was I going to say? Oh yes, in Ellie's pregnancy, I know as soon as the third trimester hit, I was sick again too. So I had a feeling it was coming. I should have better prepared myself, but oh well. The other symptoms that I'm having is my indigestion is super, super bad. I'm craving healthier things now. For some reason, I've gotten off my carb kick, which is good, and I'm not craving as many sweets. I'm more or less craving like salads and vegetables and like good things, which is great. I went to my prenatal appointment that I had yesterday and it shows that I'm actually down more weight, so I've lost a total of 28 pounds. Haven't put on a single pound in this pregnancy. I'm not complaining. A single pound that I've been able to hold on to. I think the most I've gained was 3 pounds and I lost it being sick. So they're starting to get a little concerned there because the dipstick that my urine got dipped into, the nurse's words are something like maxed out on ketones. I think that means like the color of the strip was as light or as dark as it could get for ketones. And it showed that I had a lot of white blood cells in my urine, so I probably have a bladder infection. I don't have any symptoms of one, but that's not uncommon for pregnant women to not have any symptoms for one. I'm way more winded. Oh yeah, the ketones means I'm severely dehydrated again, which is no surprise. I have a nifty little cup there that I've been attempting to keep hydrated with. What else? Oh, during week 27, I had a new pregnancy symptom that I've never experienced before, and I googled it because that's what I do apparently. I freak myself out with Google. And I had the numbing, like tingling sensation on my face. It's almost like my face was asleep type thing. And I read that and they said like if it doesn't go away, you might be experiencing Bell's palsy, which is temporary facial paralysis that you can get when you're pregnant. Thankfully, I only had it 2 days, but it wasn't like consistent the whole 2 days, whole 48 hours. It was on and off. It was really annoying. I can't imagine dealing with that for the rest of the pregnancy. The only other bad thing I think I've already mentioned was the indigestion. It's pretty bad. What else? I think that, the cervical pain, that's never gone away. It's actually gotten worse. So the bad incident that I was talking about earlier, on the 24th, my mom told me that she wasn't going to be able to look after Ellie that day, so I couldn't go to work because I didn't have anybody else to watch her. So I went to Matt's work. I know the guys pretty well there, and I wanted to see if I could do anything there, although I'd have to tote Ellie along, so it might have been a little more difficult. Thankfully, they had some stuff for me to do, but because I had Ellie, she ran around like a chicken with her head cut off, and I never got like any more than 30 seconds to a minute's peace. It was just crazy, like trying to keep her away from anything dangerous, trying to keep her away from customers, trying to like, you know, do all kinds of stuff and watch her at the same time. It didn't work out very well. And I ended up having really bad cramping that night. So I drank a lot of water, went to bed, and I slept like a rock. That was probably the best night of sleep I've had in this pregnancy. Woke up in the morning and my underwear was completely soaked with blood. So I was kind of panicking, went to the bathroom, wiped, and it was turning pink at this point and slowing down and eventually stopped. So it was good that it stopped. My worry started to lessen a little. I knew I would have to go to the hospital for the ROGAM, but I did have a prenatal appointment that day. So I went over there just to get her input and to have my regular prenatal appointment. Then I would head up to the hospital. She, of course, told me that I should go into L&D and just make sure everything was okay. So I went there. They did a growth scan, which looked at the baby, looked at the placenta, and also a cervical measurement, which showed my cervix is shortening, which did the same thing the Ellie's did, and it showed that my cervix is open a little bit, but I was monitored for quite a long time, and there was no changes, no contractions, or nothing with my cervix, so I was basically just put on bed rest for a couple of weeks. I don't really want to say bed rest because it wasn't where I had to be in bed or, you know, completely relax with my feet up. It was non-restrictive, I think was the word, bed rest. It just basically means I couldn't lift heavy objects, meaning Ellie. So I had to get some help for a little while. And then, of course, the hyperemesis came back, so dealing with that. Their main worry was that I had a placenta abruption, which everything shows there's no placenta previa, no placenta abruption, none of that, so I'm all good. Also, I was going to tell you in week 28-29 video, but I had my gestational diabetes test and I passed with flying colors like I knew I would, so that doctor can suck my big toe by saying you're fat and you automatically have diabetes. Well, whoops. That's what I think about that. I mean, totally everything that she's turning out to say, like, you can't have a VBAC because you're fat and you're going to have gestational diabetes and you're going to have all this and you're going to have all that. Everything that she's turning out to say has been the complete opposite, and everything's going in my favor. So the doctor I seen in L&D that day, she's like, you had a vaginal birth before, didn't you? And I said, no, unfortunately I had a C-section, but I'm going for a VBAC. She's like, you're a great candidate for a VBAC. So that's 2 doctors in my favor. And I'm actually going to see my primary OB in the first week of May and get her opinion. The way it works here, if you've not seen the video where I explained it before, is we have a practice of OBs. I think there's like 6 to 8 OBs. You're assigned a primary OB who can like make all the medical decisions for you, if that makes sense. You know, like decide if you need an induction or something like that. But you see all the OBs in the practice because 99% of the time, the OB that is assigned to you is not going to be there to deliver your baby. So they want you to meet everybody and get comfortable with everybody. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to have problems with my primary OB. This is the first time that I'm going to see her. Actually, I think I've seen her like once before when I was pregnant with Ellie or when I had a miscarriage, and she was really nice. That's what I always thought of the other doctor too, but she proved to be really wrong. So I'm just hoping that this one, you know, isn't going to be a total douche, but whatever. I'm still going to rock my VBAC. There's absolutely not one thing standing in my way. And during the growth scan, they found that the baby was head down. Now, that was at 26 weeks, so, I mean, he could be head up. I think he's still head down based on his kicks, and, you know, the ultrasound tech said the longer he's head down, the better it's going to be, which is great. And I keep shaking this effing camera. So as long as he's not breech, because I've said before, if he's breech, I'm just taking that as a sign from the universe that he's meant to be born via C-section. But everything else, like, is going in my favor. Haven't gained any weight. I don't have gestational diabetes. I don't have blood pressure problems. I'm not having any SVT episodes. Like, everything's going good, and I hope that it keeps going good. So, yeah, I'm just really, really happy that I'm proving that doctor wrong, and she can kiss my ass when I push that baby out of my patch. So anyways, what else can I tell you? Oh, yes. So during Ellie's pregnancy in week 26, I also had a growth scan with her with the high-risk doctor. I think that's when they did her, what is it called? Fetal echocardiogram, where they were checking over her heart and everything just to make sure there was no complications with anything. And they told me that she was in the 75th percentile for growth. This little boy is in the 44th percentile, and I don't know why that concerns me. I mean, it's not a huge deal that he's in the 44th percentile, but I think knowing that I know all women are different, all pregnancies are different, all babies are different, they're going to grow differently, just to hear such a big number from one child to the other, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he'll catch up and everything will be okay, and they're going to do biophysicals with me starting at 36 weeks. So I'm sure everything will go okay. It's just like, whoa, he's really small. But then again, if he continues to be small, you know, like within the normal range, my vag will probably thank me for pushing out a small baby. So, you know, I wouldn't mind a 5 or 6 pound baby. Ellie was 7'15". I think I could have done that, but can't imagine like over 8. That might hurt a little. So, anyways, I am going to do another pregnancy vlog for 28 and 29 weeks. And then when I hit 30, I think I might do weekly pregnancy vlogs. Or if you like bi-weekly, we can stick with that. You guys just let me know. I think she's going to take a nap. She's in bed. She's like tucking herself in bed. This is going to be great because then I can have a nap too. Yeah, so if you like the bi-weekly vlogs, we'll leave it with that. If you want weekly vlogs starting at 30 weeks, we'll go with that. Just let me know. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in about 2 weeks. Bye. You're more excited about not having another hormonal female in the house.
Yeah, that's my excitement.
Yeah. Same question for me. I'm just excited for a new experience.